Welcome back for the Mobile Gaming Fanatics. MyTyme here, this is Top Drives, and apologies I've been away for a while. There have been some internet issues, but I am back, and you have seen I did manage to get the Chrysler Me 412, so super happy about getting that car. Another price card to add to the collection. Also was able to collect 2 carbon fibre packs from coming in the top 3, as well as completing the challenge and getting a 3rd carbon fibre pack from there. So although I didn't get anything particularly great out of those packs, I'm in desperate need of views, so really happy with how that weekend went. Now we've come into the next week and there's been some interesting revelations, namely, as I'm sure you're all aware by now, to do with this new GT series. So the car up for grabs is the Citroën GT. Okay, now I'm going to go over this very quickly, although I'm sure many of you are already aware. There are going to be 3 qualify events which run simultaneously straight after each other, one then the other, and you are going to be aiming to finish in the top 200 out of 300 to get a token. Should you win a token, you will then get the opportunity to enter the GT finals, where you can potentially win this Citroën GT. Okay, so like a challenge, you're going to need to use certain cars. They have already told us it's going to be German 2010 to 2014 non-prize cars, so you're going to need to have those cars in order to give yourself a chance to win this Citroën GT. Along that, there will be a GT Open where you don't need any of these tokens, everyone can enter it, and there will be a Triple Crown where if you get a token from all 3 events, you can enter this special challenge as well. So that's the basics of it. So they've got rid of this whole kind of idea of you play a qualifiers, a prelims, and then the finals. Instead, they've mixed it up now, and you're going to play 3 kind of qualifiers in order to get one of these tokens, as I will show you here. One of these tokens, and then you will have an opportunity to play that challenge and work your way to the end to win the ultimate prize car, being the Citroën. Now you notice here, to be fair, the prices are fairly generous. It's still carbon fibres for the top 10, and it's premium packs all the way down to 200. So you've actually got a 66% chance of getting one of these tokens. So if you didn't get one in the first GT series, you've got a chance to get one in the second, and I imagine the 3rd one as well is going to be 200 out of 300 getting these rewards. So to be honest with you, fairly easy in comparison to what I imagined it was going to be like, in order to collect one of these tokens to give you an opportunity to go and win that Citroën. Now I have kind of already said that it's not going to be easy. The challenge will show up in here, I imagine, once the third qualifier has concluded, but it is not going to be easy. Okay, so do bear that in mind. You may want to start working on some of your cars. We do also have the monthly challenge in order for you to get that next ARC key. As ever, get all the way to 25, collect that key and start. Make sure you've got the keys just so you can get that bird cage if you want that legendary car at the end. But I'm not going to focus on the ARC for now. Let's come and have a look at the kind of cars which you will potentially be needing in this challenge in order to get the Citroën. You can go to Germany, you can go down to decades and years and filter it down to 2010 all the way to 2014, and also don't forget to tick non-price cars, and it will show you the kind of cars that you can get. Now the first thing to notice is, I reckon Hutch must have done this on purpose. There were quite a few legendary cars here. Now I'm fairly lucky that I have 6 of them, although I've only really worked on 1, and I think I've maybe done 1 upgrade into the Panamera, I'm not sure. But yeah, not really worked on any of the rest of these cars, but I've got a few which I can potentially use. As we come down to epics, again, there's a decent selection of epic cars here, so hopefully a lot of people out there will have some of these cars already in their garage, because most of these are older cars. They're not from the European Revolution, they're not from anything like that. If you look at, the German Renaissance, some of them may be from the older packs, but a lot of these cars have been out for quite a while, so hopefully you've had an opportunity to collect some of them. And again, ultra rares, decent selection of cars. People should be able to have a chance, I'm going to say, a chance of getting this Citroën. Now there's not too many lower rank cars as we come down, nothing in terms really of the commons and uncommons, so expect the requirements to start off, I'd say, a little bit higher, a little bit more challenging than some of the challenges we have seen in the past. So how can you actually get that token? Well, Finishing on top 200. At the moment, we're using Germany and UK cars, 2010 to 2014, and non-price cars. Now, I've done a few races here because I'm 642. Now, I've done the track sets already, and I kind of know what I'm looking for in this. So, what I have found is it is rain and snow / dirt. Okay, so we have to use German or UK. We have to use 2010 to 2014. And we have to get rid of our price cars. So things I have noticed, there are plenty of McLaren 12Cs in this because there is a drag portion to the track sets. Now I am tempted to put in my 12C, but my 12C has only got one little baby upgrade to it, so it's not going to do particularly well in this event against the other McLarens, because most of the time I'm either tying with them or losing, because quite a few people have got a few upgrades into their McLaren, especially when I'm looking around the top kind of 30. So what else do I know? I also know that with the snow and with the dirt, you're going to want some form of off-road or all-surface tyre cars, and I've already scrolled all the way down to ultra, and you can see I don't have anything yet until I get to the BMW X6. Now this car is pretty useful because we will see lots of people using the Volkswagen Touareg in here. Now I would actually say for 49 RQ, this is probably one of your most useful cars that you will find in this event. So I'm going to throw mine in straight away. I'm torn between saving RQ and going for the wild track, or spending a bit more and going for the X6. I'll tell you why. I'll show you why the Touareg is pretty useful in a moment, but it's only really going to lose by 50 points against anything it comes up against. So it's either going to win / tie or lose by kind of 50 points. Now there's also going to be quite a bit of rain, so with that I was using the Volkswagen as a cheaper option. I have my BMW X-Drive, which seems to make sense to put it in. That frees me up quite a bit of RQ, which allows me to bring in my Porsche. Now I could probably change things around, bring in the McLaren, go a lot lower here for example, and throwing something like, if I had some of these maxed out, it might have been better, but let's just say hypothetically I did this. I'll try this. I don't think difficult, because with the rain I kind of feel that I want to have the X-Drive in as well, but if I do, I'm going to have to go a lot lower here, and the X-Drive has to be a victory for me, because 23 RQ, I'm going to lose on whatever snow track comes up with that. So I can't get the Ford Ranger in as well. Okay, so we're going to try it like this for now. Okay, I already know that it's not competitive enough. We'll just play the first person and then we'll work out who we're going to play afterwards. It's not competitive enough to do well. What we will see here is in the snow, something like the Mercedes is going to have an advantage. But what I like to do is put my X6 to get the victory here, put my Volkswagen to take the defeat here. Now I could tie, I honestly do not know if my X6 beats the Mercedes here. Because of off-road, because of its stats, it probably will do. It's on the snow though, so I could take a tie and take a victory, but for the sake of it, just to show you kind of how this car can handle, we will do this. Now off kind of ramp, we will take a victory. Drag, in this occasion we will put the Porsche. Tokyo Loop, we put in the Phaeton as a kind of, it's a loser, but it's good, you know. There you go. See, it does lose. It's only by 50 points, so pretty solid car to have in to save some RQ. Now we know in the Tokyo Loop we're going to lose, not an issue. And my main strategy here is to win with the three cars you're going to see me use. So BMW needs to be a win. The X6 needs to be a win, which is why I've put it up against the Touareg here, because I probably still would have lost with the X6 against the Mercedes and would have only got a tie, so it would have been 50 points down. Where here I end up being 11 in points. We get a victory with a Porsche, but this isn't a good car for drags. Okay, this car will lose to the 12C in drags, so this is where my kind of decision making is a bit wishy-washy. I don't know the best way to put out a team, to be honest with you. I don't know if this is it, and I kind of feel I want to show you with against someone like this the kind of issues that I have with my current lineup. So I can win here, I can lose here. So lose by 50, or I think it's 50 points, and win by 50 points, so we end up tying. Whatever I put on a drag is going to lose, which means I can tie here, take a victory here and take a defeat here, but my points are going to be, I'm going to lose by more than I'm going to win on the Tokyo off ramp. So if I lose by 50, I have to win by at least 50, otherwise it is a tie. Now I will give it a go, and I'll show you I kind of have to do this. Now I can take a victory here, but the question is, how many points does my BMW 750 lose by in the Tokyo drag? I think it's going to be too many to make up. So I know that I will lose by 50 with the Porsche. Okay, so that's fine. The Porsche is meant to be my go-to kind of win car, which is why I've been kind of trying to work out, is it worth me bringing in my 12C? But as you can see here, my 12C would still lose. It would lose in that drag because it's not maxed out. So we can't win by more than 50 points here. So the best we can do now is just going to be tie. I know this is only going to be a 50-point victory. I was just hoping maybe if I get one extra point there with the 750D, then we could have, see right at the end, overtakes us. Better MRA. Unfortunately, the Porsche is going to be handling great for kind of circuits and stuff, not great for drags. And yep, there we go. So I think I kind of hit a bit of a wall here. I can change the lineup. Now there is a slight alternative way to do this. I will try it here to show you. I'll try against Luis and see. What I can do is I can put the BMW on the drag and try and take the victory with the Porsche elsewhere, and in this example take 2 victories in the twisty roads and off-roads, because this person has tried to free up some RQ by running 2 super rares for the off-road tracks, and then that allows them to bring in 2 legendaries, which I have looked at. I have looked at running basically the same as this, but obviously bringing in my 12C and my Porsche. Maybe I'll try it afterwards, but you know, that's 100 points I got from the first 2 races. I've also got an extremely good chance of winning this one because of the 4-wheel drive and the extra handling. So we've got a victory here. I just need to lose by less than 150 points on this drag, and we can do it. So that isn't a maxed out 12C. That is like my 12C, I think, with 1 upgrade into the weight. But doing that now just makes me wonder, am I better off? Is this the best thing to do? Would I be better off throwing out the BMW? I feel the BMW is the one that will go. I feel that will come out. The 12C would replace it for the drag, knowing that I'm probably going to lose or tie if I'm very lucky, as they've only got 1 upgrade as well. If I did this and I said, okay, I'm going to lose with 39 RQ most of the time. Let me try this. Let me see if this works. Okay, so we'll just play the first person quickly. This is going on a little bit longer, but I want to kind of see if this is the right way to play or not. Now, I know I'm going to lose here in the G-Force test. So I think I take rather than taking 2 defeats, take 1 defeat and a tie. So I'm down. We're now tying. I'm not sure what happens here, but I do know I get the victory in a Tokyo loop, and it's going to be by more than 50 points. So if I can just beat that, I mean, I can put that Citroën for 31 RQ if I wanted to, but I don't think it's a great car, to be honest with you. It doesn't have, pretty sure it doesn't have traction control or ABS. It's only got the standard tyres, so there are better options. We get the slight victory here, but usually I'm putting this car in to lose by 50 points, which seems a bit stupid when you think about it. Putting in an 88 RQ car, expecting to lose with it every race, isn't maybe not the best strategy. Now, we did lose there, so potentially putting in that Caterham could be better. So let's adjust this again for the very last race. The Caterham possibly is the better option, or if I had a second one built, I don't. Let's say I decide to free up 54 RQ. What would I bring in? There's just not, I don't have enough here, do I? It's just the same thing. It's just bringing in the Phaeton, and I don't think that helps. So possibly oh, look how I've upgraded this one. Look how long I've had this car for. Right at the beginning, when I used to think speed was good. Ugh, this isn't the way to have this car, is it? Yeah, I think I've probably put myself in a bit of an awkward position here. Not too sure. What I could do potentially here is gonna still struggle on that snow part, aren't I? Let's just see how this does. Let's just see how bad this thing actually does. So let's just come up as high as we can, see what happens here. Now this is probably what I could do. Tokyo Bridge, I could max out the BMW i3 and put that in. This would be a better choice if you ask me. But okay, so from here we're going to have to take the victory and the defeat. We're going to take the victory here. We're going to, you know what? We're going to take the Tokyo Bridge and we're going to actually put the Signet on the hairpin mode, because it's going to lose both ways. But I'm hoping hairpin mode, because it's light, it might help it around the corners of it. It might get home in under 150 deficit. Getting under 150, 161. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. We're going to get quite a bit on the Tokyo Bridge because of our speed. So we get in here with a 50 defeat, which is fine. We need to make up a few points here because we've only got 50 on the end. So if we can get home for 100 and... yeah, that's fine. Okay, we've done it. So good choice there. Now we get the victory at the end. Lucky that our 12C is slightly upgraded. So that was fairly fortunate, but it does lead me to believe that possibly this is the track set. This is the team. This is the lineup. Best lineup I can probably put out to give myself a chance for that top 10. Don't think I'm going to make it. Really don't. I don't know what these people are using. I can imagine that I will get smashed down pretty quickly. Do have the option of doing the BMW i3. Might work on that as well, and we'll see how it goes. But that has been this video. Thank you forever as watching. Just to let you know, if you do want to enter my next competition, I'm going to run it on this video. So in the comment section below, don't forget to let me know which premium pack you would like to see me open. So for example, if you said you wanted to see or just pick premium USA cars, say 2 premium USA cars. Also let me know the epic car you think that I may be lucky enough to get from the pack along with its RQ, and then you will be entered into my next draw, which I will be doing later on this week. So thank you as ever. I've been MyTyme. Hope you had a good weekend. Let me know how you think you are going to do in this GT series, and if you like the new style that Hutch have introduced. We don't know if this is how it's going to be forever or if this is just a one-off try, but it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts. Thank you, enjoy your week, and I'll see you all soon.